And now I would like to pass the floor to our director and for our concluding remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. I don't know if you still have some brain. Don't worry, I will be very brief. I'm fully aware that I'm standing in the middle of our cocktail, so don't worry, I won't be long. But I will do two things. I will just tell you the takeaways that I have written for myself, in case they are helpful for you after all the things that were said today, and some final messages which come from my gray hair and my human intelligence, let's say. So, some takeaways. Well, we have visited together some labs, so we know how they are working in practice. So we have visited also some basic concepts. I think now we have more clear ideas about the meaning of some concepts. We have also glimpsed to the research that they are doing from the human mind, brain, how explainability is understood by human beings. And we have also had experts looking at the regulation, how all these things are kind of captured by the law. What I have learned is that explainability is about checking, learning, and improving. It's the only way we can apply, let's say, the science method to AI. So it's pure common sense in a way. It's about generating trust, because without trust, humans don't go into these things. And it should be about truthful simplicity. So the simplicity has to be ethically correct, not to cheat with it. We have also learned that explainability for human means presenting things in a way that humans can understand. For example, you have to, you cannot give the human being 300 causes. So you just need to focus, for example, in a couple of causes. Or you have to explain that the reason was this one and not the other one. Otherwise, it's very difficult for us as human beings to understand. We have also learned that there are many good ways of explaining. So there is not a single way of good explaining, but we have also learned that there are clearly wrong ways of explaining. We can identify when some explanations are clearly wrong. And we have also seen that there are some risks attached to explainability that we need to counteract. For example, when there is over-reliance on AI, explainability can make things even worse, because people will over-rely on AI, and then you explain, and then they will over-rely even more. So in that cases, for example, it has been said that we need to be not convincing, but informative, for example. We have learned that we need a truly interdisciplinary approach to understand this. If we are going to do something serious at the EDPS, we will have to do interdisciplinary as well. So it's a big challenge for a new institution to be able to recruit not only the typical lawyers or computer scientists, but we will also need ethicists, we will need philosophers, we will need sociologists. It's going to be really, really tough to get this kind of profiles. And we have also learned that explainable AI fits very well with privacy by design. So, which is good news for our discipline. Now, coming to the, let's say, my personal conclusions. things that I say from my experience and let's say from the knowledge acquired over all these years. So I think AI is going to change the world in the same way that electricity changed the world 100 years ago. So this is massive. And we have to focus 200% on understanding how this is going to change the world. And that's why I think events like the one we had today are so important. I think we just touched the surface today, but we put the ball rolling, and I hope many of you will continue with this kind of reflections. I think that our bottom line should always be to maintain the human-centric approach, which is the foundation for our project, which is a European Union. So it is said in our charter that we put the human being at the center of our universe. And I think in this particular domain of technology is super important. So 500 years ago, we decided that the center of the world will not be God, it will be the human being and reason. And now we have to say that the center of the universe should not be the machine or technology, but the human being. Once again, there was this temptation of thinking that God will solve all the problems. And then there was a realization, no, we will solve the problems with our brain. Now there is a big temptation that you will see, the God of technology will solve our problems. No. We can only, human beings, fix all these things. As actually, this is what recital 4 of the GDPR says, that the processing of personal data should serve mankind. So now we should repeat, artificial intelligence should serve mankind. And therefore we have the responsibility to shape it to our nature, to this wild horse of AI needs to be taken and make it to our reality. So someone mentioned before that explainable AI is particularly important for vulnerable population. And I think that when coming to AI, all of us become vulnerable because this is so powerful that we are all like little kids in front of the machine. So we have to convince decision makers, political leaders, that they have to deploy a big sense of ethics to what they will be doing. This is something that Giovanni Buttarelli already said many years ago, and it's as important today as it was several years ago. I try to apply this to myself in my daily life. So if a young official come to my office and complaining about something, I will not deploy there my very expensive training on negotiation skills I did in Cambridge, where the EDPS spent, I don't know, 20,000 euros for allow me to negotiate. No. I unarm myself. I talk to this person without all these skills, because otherwise it's simply not fair. Or when you talk to your kid and your kid comes complaining that he wants a bigger cake, you don't use all your life experience to contradict him. You just put yourself to the level of your kid and you explain why the piece of the cake is enough, right? So I think with AI, we have to approach this in a similar way. So there must be some ethics behind all this. So AI do not really oppress us. And this is done in a way that is compatible with our fundamental rights and values and things like that. So you all know about all these things, but I hope these takeaways help to put some boxes at the end of this long session. Now is the time for me to thank people. So first, thank you, the audience, for participating and for staying with us the whole day. We hope that we have met some of your expectations. Thank you also to our speakers. I think the level of the speakers, Vitor, I think you chose very good experts was spectacular. I felt very humble when I saw some of the interventions. Thank you to Luis for managing all this, to Xavier, to Victor, to Massimo for organizing this, to Enisa, and of course, Indria. I would like to finish with a quote from Dr. Marie Curie. We are in the library Marie Curie. So she said, "Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Now it is the time to understand more so that we may fear less." So let's understand more technology so it is less fear for all of us. And thank you so much for your attention. Let's have a drink in the cocktail. Thank you.